earned him the most coveted postgraduate from IIT Delhi in 2006. Then he began his career from Reliance Group in 2006. However, in few years, he has left for UAE where he worked as diplomat engineer in Dubai. Later, he decided to serve for his motherland and established an academy for GATE in as MBS Academy in Hyderabad. Today, the institute is a standing icon for excellence in civil engineering and has seen successful smiles in hundreds of students. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I invite P. Ram Jagadish Garu to continue his session.
Thank you very much, Professor.
You're welcome, sir.
Shall I start? All
Yeah.
Participants are ready?
Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Can I able to see?
Yes, sir.
Participants.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, right. So
Yes, sir.
more than 200 participants are there.
Yes,
Good afternoon, my gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe some girls also there. Hope you all know very well MVS Academy. Most of the students knows that. As a professor said, my profile. I'm very happy to meet you all in virtual, as now the situation you all know very well. But it's very good that we all meet in one platform today, civil engineering community. And as a fashion, I started civil engineering institute only for civil engineering till my end of the life. Maybe this MBS Academy will continue till my end of the life. Is a great civil engineer, Mokshagunam Vishweshwaraya name. Friends, today, as requested by Vageshwari College management as well as my friend HOD Banu, Rajesh Garu and Banu Prakash, other colleagues who are in civil engineering department, principal as well, and the whole team who worked almost a week to connect you all people today. I personally thanks to all this team, and I personally welcome to all of the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh college students and my friends also there and my colleagues. Welcome to this afternoon session. So today my topic is career in civil engineering as well as challenges in civil engineering. So you all know very well that civil engineering is a wonderful subject. We deal with earth, water, and space, and probably any structure in the earth planet. So without civil engineering, nothing is possible. That's why we are civil. We are not related to, we are not specified with any of the engineering like electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. We are civil engineer. We are civil means you can involve into any of the engineering. So in olden days, engineer means only a civil engineer. So for a period of time, because of the population increases, because of the industries increases, then the government has divided and the society has divided into the different engineering sectors like electrical, mechanical. Now computer science engineering has come up, biomedical engineering has come up, electronics and instrumentation has come up. So different engineering subjects are there. I think I'm audible to all people. Any issues, please? Is it okay, host?
Yes, sir. It is
very
okay.
clear.
Continue.
Yeah, right.
Very clear.
Yes. Now, friends, this is virtual. Maybe sometimes my feelings you may not understand, but I'm trying to do something for you with my body language and all, right? Now coming to the my fundamental question to the youngsters: why you want to become a civil engineer? So most of the people they may tell these four things which I shared in this screen. Some people are very much interested to earn money. So some people are they want some comfort, and few people are giving answer satisfaction. And extraordinary people like Mokshagundam Vishveshwaraya, why we are still remembering him as a best civil engineer in India, because he has done something in civil engineering industry. So to achieve something in his life, and he spent his total life for civil engineering. So that's why we still remember his name. On behalf of his birthday, we celebrate Engineers Day. So as a honor, I took his name for my academy also, of course. So generally that the four categories, if you want to become a civil engineering, so these four things people will say that. So before going to talk about civil engineer, I would like to tell you what are the prerequisite qualities to become a civil engineer. So my next slide will show this thing, my friends. I'll show you. The first and foremost thing is a strong common sense should be required to become a civil engineer. You don't need extraordinary brilliance. Common sense. For example, if you want to calculate a quantity of beam, you don't need a extraordinary brilliance. Length, breadth, depth of the beam, the quantity will come. So for that, the initial requisite is common sense to become a civil engineer. Then the second one is positive attitude. You know very well the biggest structures who are constructing across the rivers, so in hilly areas, or maybe ghat roads, or maybe in Hyderabad, one of the challenging project, Hyderabad Metro. These type of projects, when you are constructing as a civil engineer, you should have a positive attitude. Positive thinking is very, very important. And you should have a proper vision. If you don't have a vision, you cannot able to succeed in civil engineering industry. And of course, this we are lacking these days, honesty and dedication. Olden days, engineers are very much honest and they are very much dedicated to their work. And of course, in younger generation, I request all you people, you should maintain this honest and dedication towards your assignment. And of course, ethics are very important because you are dealing with the government project, the government budget. When you are dealing with the government budget, the budget is related to the people's money. People are paying taxes. So all people are involving to improve the government budget. That money the government is spending for the projects. When you are spending government money for the project, you should maintain some ethics. That is very, very important. Of course, management skills and teamwork, which you are learning in your colleges as you are doing some projects, mini project or major project. So you will work as a team and you should have some managerial skills to give a best result of your project. Of course, courage to face challenges. This is also very important, good health. You should have a proper, because when you are standing at site, you should have a stamina, you should have an immunity system. So that's why you should have a good health to become a civil engineer. So as I told you earlier, extraordinary brilliance is not required to become a civil engineer. So a strong common sense. So now let me go to the other slide, which will help you the specializations in civil engineering. So now, as I think most of the students are undergraduate students, so you are learning almost all the subjects in undergraduation. When you go to post graduation, you should have a specialization in civil engineering. We have divided into major specializations. The first one is structural engineering. So most of the people, most of the students are all, um, so going for structural engineering, because when you are going for a designs, when you are entering into design section in the industry, so structural engineering specialization is very, very important for you to do the economic design of the structure, right? So nowadays, this is one of the most important specializations, transportation engineering, because of the traffic increases. So we are entering into the metro, we are entering into monorail, we are entering into MMTS. So a lot of transportation systems has come up. So transportation engineer will involve into these type of designs. Okay. Of course, the geotechnical is one of the important subject when you are dealing with the soil. When you are going for a foundation, you have to do uh, so experiments on the soil and what type of soil that is, and how much, what type of foundation you have to go into that particular structure. So for that you have to study geotechnical engineering. Of course, water resources is the oldest specialization. So all these irrigation structures, so hydraulic structures, so all these things you are studying in water resources engineering. Nowadays, this is one of the important. Remote sensing has come up. Okay, geoinformatics has come up. Environmental engineering also nowadays, because of the pollution problem, so environmental factors which you have to study well. So even any of the biggest project like industries, environmental clearance is very important. So to do that environment clearance, one has to study noise pollution, air pollution, and water and wastewater treatment, BOD, COD, and all. All these will things will come under environmental engineering. Of course, earthquake engineering, very few people are opting in India. So this is also one of the important subject nowadays, the construction management and project management. In IITs, two major IITs are offering this subject. One is IIT Chennai and another one is IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi. And in a private university like NICMAR, they are offering project management course. In Hyderabad also there, and Pune is the main branch. So they are offering especially construction management, and nowadays they are entered into quantity surveying also. Okay, friends. So this is specialization in civil engineering. Now coming to my presentation today, I divided into two parts. One is I would like to guide you for your present studies as well as higher studies, what are the opportunities and all. After higher studies, in higher studies, even research also we can add into that. Then the second part, I will cover the career opportunities and challenges in civil engineering industry. So once you enter into industry, what are the opportunities and what are the challenges which you are facing once you enter into the industry. So meanwhile, as you are a student, I would like to give you the first part briefly. And my friends, whatever I have given here, the things are my own experiences. When I was a student, what are the things I used in my education and for my career. Those things I covered in this presentation. Maybe some students can use, maybe some student can feel comfortable, some students may not be useful, but anyway, I'm going to share you today a few things of my own experience. Okay. Now coming to the guidance for your studies. Yeah, let me ask you one simple question. Is there any formula for success? Yes, definitely there is a formula. And in that formula, I consider the first one is intelligence, maybe sometimes. You should have a you should have intellect man. Then only you will be succeeded. So that is one point which we consider. The second one is most of the students are doing this thing hard work, but still, though they are doing hard work, some students are not getting good score, or some students are not getting good ranks in the competitive exams. So that is not only hard work, you need something else to add into your success. Of course, attitude will help you, my friends. Your positive attitude and your attitude towards your faculty members, towards with your friends, towards with your personal life and all. This is also playing a crucial role, attitude, my friends. And apart from this, you need one more thing, smartness. This is very important. Though you have all these three, intelligence, hard work, attitude, without smart work, maybe your efficiency will come down. So you should work, sometimes you should have a smartness. So most of the students nowadays, they are very smart in some other things. But I request you, please have a smartness in your subject so that you will have a wonderful life once you enter into the industry. Okay, friends? Now coming to the what exactly smartness? So, give a moment, please. Yes, of course, the smartness, you should have a proper planning, my dear friends. And planning and proper optimistic approach should be there. And you should have a time management. So within a time, you should finish your syllabus, and you should, within a time, you should prepare for your examinations. And for example, when you are preparing for competitive exams like GATE and engineering services exams, you should have a proper time management. So within the time, you should finish your syllabus and prepare your previous papers and solve your materials which you have bought it from anywhere. For that, you should have a proper time management. Of course, I already mentioned you honesty, ethics, and soft skills. Of course, the computer knowledge and internet knowledge is required. I think everybody is having nowadays. So because of that, only today we connected with this virtual meeting. Of course, the general knowledge also will help you when you are preparing for engineering services or maybe public service commission like PSPSC and APPSC. You should have a general studies subject also there. So that's why you need to have a regular current affairs and all that will help you. So those things, all these things will come under your smartness. Okay. Now I would like to tell you how to top with minimum study. I think most of the students are very much interested with this topic. So I can tell you your major activities, my friends, every day. I think this diagram will you able to see. I can explain you clearly. This red color is showing you college. Your this violet color is showing you study. This blue color is showing you sleeping time. This this is again sky blue type social activities. Then this green color is showing you entertainment. Then orange will show you, this is separated, this piece is separated, frustration and depression. So when you see the cycle, my friends, when you go to college and having a attending classrooms, then you come back to your houses and preparing for your study hours, then your sleep time, and of course the social activities, you are spending some time, of course entertainment. But nowadays most of the students are having unnecessary frustration and depression. So at this age, I'm not going to recommend you this piece of separation from the cycle. So if you can avoid that frustration and depression, I'm sure your cycle is so beautiful, my friends. So that I'm trying to show you in a diagram format. When you come back to your major activities, of course, the STAIR method which we follow generally, always set a small goal. Don't go for a tough subject. Most of the people are avoiding structural engineering, especially analysis subject. So people are worrying about that particular subject. They are simply leaving that. So don't go that subject initially. Go for a small, interesting subject and set a small goal. Get it done. Then you will get some confidence. Then you go for a higher goal. Like that, you should have a STAIR method for your preparation. Never jump directly. Let me tell you one important attention to you. Low aim is crane. So I ask generally people when I visit colleges or maybe my students, in GATE 2021, how much, which rank you are expecting? Some students say, sir, 10,000. Some students say that 5,000. Some student just qualified. Who are you to go? Who are you to decide your rank at this point of time? Why can't you decide your rank today as the All India first rank? That somebody will beat you if you can go for a higher goal? No. You don't need to tell anybody. At least in your mindset, in your mind, fix up yourself. So you are going to crack All India first rank. So in my opinion, my friends, my dear students, low aim is crime. You should always have a higher goal. You should always have a vision. You should always have a proper vision. So I want to be in this position after 5 years. I want to become a managing director after 10 years. I want to start my own construction company after 5 years. Like that, you should have a higher goal all the time. So this, I think everyone should follow in your career and in your life. That will definitely give you fruitful results over a period of time. Now let me go a little faster because these things maybe you may get little bored. Your main interest is industry. Okay, so quickly I will go through this. Planning is important for you. And now let me tell you one simple thing which I followed in when I was a student. When and what to study, in what time, which subject. When you feel fresh, generally in the morning time, start with the theory and new topics so that your mind is fresh. So easily you can grasp the new topics as well as theory topics. When you feel tired in the evening times, because when you come back from college or maybe when you come back from playground, then go for problems and revision part. Okay, so these two things you can follow. Definitely that will give you some good result. Okay, friends. Now let me go to another important notes. Always you should have your own notes, my friends. Don't follow other friends' notebook. You should write your own notes, even at your home. If it is not possible in the classroom, at least you can write notes at your home. That will help you a lot. Make a habit to take notes in the classroom, as I mentioned earlier. So this will help you. Your first revision should be 10 pages per unit. Mostly JNTU syllabus having 5 to 6 units for each subject. So each unit you should compress into 10 pages in the first revision. When you go to the second revision, that one unit should come under 3 pages. Then third revision should be half page per unit. By seeing that half page, you can able to visualize the total unit. That will help you. So keep your notes and books with you forever. When you are going for exam, close all the books and have a final notes, only half page. That means your 6 units maybe and 3 pages, you can cover all the subject. So just try this for your semester exams. That will help you. So this is what I followed when I was a student. So revision always, when you close your eyes, uh, it's like you should recollect, it's like a Xerox page. It should be visible. If it is not visible, that particular topic has not saved in your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is your storage. So if something is not visible when you close your eyes, that has been not saved in your subconscious mind. There is a conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind means it's a temporary storage. So today you are remembering, tomorrow, day after tomorrow you forgotten. So subconscious mind is a storage like your hard disk in the computer. So when you close your eyes, if it is visible, that means it has been saved in your subconscious mind. That you can, I think most of the students are following this. Maybe if somebody is not following, please try this. That will help you a lot. Yes. Let me complete this student related things. During examinations, generally your semester exams I'm talking about. GATE exam, I'm not talking about the GATE exam now. When your semester exams, when you are writing your semester exams, maybe I think now online, or I don't know exactly what is happening, but regularly before going to exam, don't talk with the negative-minded persons. This I would like to instruct you, because when you talk with a negative-minded person, they may demotivate you. Okay, so when you are going to exam, better not to talk with anyone, or if you can able to talk to the people, at least you talk to the positive minded persons. You should always mentally tough, be bold and confident, of course. When you are writing exam, start with the easy question. There is no need to start with the first question in your examination, I'm sure. You can start with the question which you know first. So that will give you some confidence. Don't lose your confidence when you are not performing any of the exams. Between two exams, don't discuss examination paper of previous exam. So నేను సరిగా రాయలేదు, ఆ ఫార్ములా గుర్తురాలి, ఇలాంటి థింగ్స్ డిస్కస్ చేసుకోకండి. డోంట్ వేస్ట్ యువర్ టైం, బికాస్ you need to prepare for another subject, because when you are appearing semester exams, maybe day by day your examinations, don't waste your time to think about the previous examination things. Okay, now let me tell you the definition of degrees. Maybe you are all undergraduates, maybe in another 6 months or 1 year, you are going to get your BTech degree. Once you achieve your BTech degree, at this age, maybe you may have this feeling. I know everything. I know everything. Because you studied almost all 25 to 30 subjects in engineering. So you thought you know everything about engineering, civil engineering. So that is the feeling when you received your convocation, maybe your degree, right? So basically, this depends on the age factor also. Of course, the age factor, your experience, all these things will count into the picture. Okay. A student who completes his MTech after his receiving his degree, he feels I know something. He has come down when he completed his MTech degree. Then the third one, the PhD. You know, friends, the PhD people, after submitting their thesis, they think that I know nothing. So I know nothing means don't underestimate them. తెలుగులో ఒక సామెత ఉంది, నిండు కొండ తొనకదుంది. When you have a full of knowledge, you cannot deviate, right? So generally, when the people are having knowledge, they always think that they want to learn something. Always, okay. Of course, the postdoctorate fellow people, they always say that I want to learn something. Still, I have a friend who is having 36 degrees at the age of 46. When I called him last week, something related, he's telling that still I want to go for a few more degrees, sir. I want to reach at least 50 degrees in my life. So that means the people are always learning something new. Maybe these category people, they came under postdoc fellows. Okay. So this is my personal feeling about the degrees. Don't think anything seriously about this. Okay. Uh, thank you, friends. Now coming to the higher studies. You all know very well higher studies. One of the major competitive exam, GATE, All India wide exam, graduate aptitude test in engineering, conducting by old IITs, the 7 IITs, one IISc. 8 institutes will conduct every year one institute. It's a prestigious exam. Nowadays, this GATE examination is international exam. So another 6 country students also eligible for GATE examination. You know the countries Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, UAE, and Singapore. So these countries are these country students are also eligible to appear our GATE examination to study post graduation in India. Okay. In this, of course, state level, there is one more exam to go for MTech that we can call it as PG set. So statewide, they have a separate exam. So earlier combined state, we have a PG set for both states. Now individual state is conducting PG set. Okay. PG set, generally in PG set, you don't get a scholarship. Through GATE only, generally people will get a scholarship. Okay. Nowadays, most of the IITs, they increase the seats. Of course, the fees also they increase. Even though they increase the fees, when you go to the IITs, you will mostly place in the campus selections. Your package starts from 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs. Okay. And some IITs, even though you qualify in GATE exam, they conduct written test and interview also to join for post-graduation program. Okay. And one more important thing, you know very well, because of the GATE, through GATE, all PSUs companies, they are recruiting the employees. So that I will cover in a career part. Anyway, just I am telling you that in career, I will clearly explain about the importance of the GATE. Okay, this is higher studies part, MTech, and of course, some universities like IISc, Bangalore, and all, they will directly take you for research scholar. So they will give you MTech as well as a PhD program. So once you finish your PhD program only, they will give you MTech degree and as well as PhD degree. And people are not interested to go for that. So you should finish your MTech, and then you have to write the university PhD entrance exam. Then you qualify, then you attend the interview, then you join for PhDs. And PhD, even stipend also they are giving more than 25,000 nowadays. For MTech people, present 12,400. But there was some rumor is going on. Students are not getting stipend in IITs or maybe universities maybe from this year. No, that is only a rumor. Officially, not yet come. The government is thinking the students who are not attending the classes. See, generally what these MTech people are doing, once they join in IITs or maybe universities, they are not attending classes. They are going to coaching centers for engineering services, or they are doing some part-time jobs and all. So that's why the government has taken some decision. The students who are having attendance only, they are able to get the scholarship. That also not decided now. So maybe this year, GATE 2020, when they are starting the classes only, we came to know that. Okay, so officially not yet decided. Yes, this is the second part which I'm talking about, the career options as a civil engineer. Let me share with you both the private and public sector. Yes. When you are looking for a field job, like you want to become a best site engineer or you want to become a best contractor in future, so the first priority here you can see the field job. Either you go to private sector, there are so many companies are there, both MNCs and statewide companies, private sectors. Of course, public sectors are there. Public sectors you all know very well. Government of India, Government of India undertaken, not state government undertaken. So like your BHEL, NTPC, IOCL, BPCL, all these companies are public sector companies. So these public sector companies, if you want to enter, nowadays, most of the public sector companies are asking GATE score. That is a screening test to enter into the public sector. So some companies they are not asking. As of now, GATE 2020, almost 64 government sectors, they are asking GATE score. So the GATE score means, again, it depends on your category. So if you are a OC student, generally you need to get a good score. Less than 500 is very much required. And for OBC students, maybe 500 to 1000. It varies actually. It depends on the public sector which they are offering you for interview. Okay. The first level is screening test through only GATE score. The second level, the company will conduct interviews as well as group discussions. Some companies are conducting group discussions also. If the strength is more, if more people are coming for interview, so to filter out, they will do that extra part, that one group discussion. Okay. So this public sector, to join in the public sector, GATE is very important. Of course, nowadays the GATE coaching centers has come up. Most of the coaching centers they are offering online and offline, and some coaching centers they offer free material in online. Of course, MVS Academy has given some free material in my website as well as in my app also. So you can download free MVS Academy app and then go through all the material. Only for online test series only we are charging. For the material part, we are giving totally free. So those who are appearing for GATE examination, so please prepare seriously for GATE examination. Probably this year, I'm not sure whether they conduct in February. Generally, examination they will conduct in February. If our semester delays, maybe another 1 or 2 months, GATE examination also delays. But I'm not sure, not yet decided. This is only my perception. Okay. But anyway, that GATE examination, anyway, that is online exam, definitely they will conduct the GATE examination every year. There is no problem for that. Now, coming to the government sector is generally state governments like your Panchayati Raj, roads and buildings, R&B, like your municipalities like GHMC or municipal engineers, and some of the rural development RWS. Okay, all these departments will come under state government sectors. Okay, so they have their own procedure through PSPSC or maybe APPSC, Public Service Commission. Okay, now coming to the research, of course, I already discussed. Management, I'm not much interested to tell you about MBA and all, that is a person, but I would like to tell you about NICMAR. So NICMAR is one of the best institute for project management, and 100% they have placements. But of course, the fees are little high. You can look into that. Those who are affordable, think about the NICMAR part. And some people are going for self-employment, that I will discuss you later. Software jobs, I'm not much interested to talk about. Okay. Now, let me go through in detail about field jobs. Okay. So when you enter into the private sector, most of the companies nowadays, they are having infrastructures. So infrastructure means water, power, and roads. See, in India, generally, if you can see in India, most of the villages are not covered with the water pipelines, or most of the rural villages still not yet connect with the roads, so not yet connect with the power. So that's why infrastructure still pending in India, I can say. Maybe if you still continuing by laying the roads, continuing by establishing the power sector, maybe another 50 years is required to complete the infrastructure things in our India. That's why most of the companies are infrastructure companies in private sector, and some companies are specialized in water resources. Like in Hyderabad, there are two companies. One is Mega Engineering and Infrastructure. Most of our Telangana projects, and of course Nagarjuna Constructions, NCC also there. These two companies. Most of the water projects they are doing well. Even Kaleshwaram, and of course the what we can call recent projects. Your what Kaleshwaram is the one. Then earlier when Rajshekhar was there was a big project. I remember. I worked in that project also. There is a Godavari lift irrigation project. So all these water type of related projects. So some companies are specialized. Fortunately, in Hyderabad, we have 3-4 companies that are doing well in infrastructure. Of course, some infrastructure companies like GMR. So GMR they are specialized in roads and airports. In Hyderabad, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport constructed by GMR, and they are the BOTs. So they are maintaining. So maintenance, we can call it as BOT projects, build and operation. Now, if you see this Hyderabad Metro, so L&T has a share. So L&T is doing maintenance. That's why the government has given the place to construct malls for L&Ts. They constructed malls with Hyderabad, Gelario, and next Hyderabad. All these malls constructed by L&T only. So like that, there is a public and private sector combination. Some projects will come up. Okay. So when you enter into those type of companies, my friends will learn so many things about public and private sector JV partnership. Okay. Of course, these are the areas mostly in private sector, construction planning and management, which I am specialized in that subject actually. And of course, buildings, building design and construction. Of course, real estate. Most of the people are into builders, so they construct houses and they sell. In Hyderabad, the leading companies are there, real estate companies like My Home, okay, Aditya, and of course this NCC also there, okay. Yes, a few small companies are there, but the major companies which I'm talking about. Okay. Now coming to the public sector, I already mentioned you NTPC, NHPC, SAIL, oil sectors, ONGC, IOCL, and all, and HAL, NAL, and all these public sectors, they are recruiting through GATE score. Okay. And of course, some posts they are recruiting directly. Now coming to the government jobs, there are two areas which we can talk about. One is non-engineering. The second one is engineering. So non-engineering, I'm not much interested, but let me give you brief information about civil services. You all know very well. So most of the students, when I was in IIT Delhi, most of the students are offering, preparing for civil services. So IAS and IFS, of course. So that will come under non-engineering, but there is a you can take civil engineering also optional for engineering services. Generally, people will not take civil engineering because of the vast subject. They go for like normal geography, some art subjects. Okay, that I'm not much interested. Now coming to our engineering areas in government sector, there are two things. One is the central government, UPSC. You all know very well. You are appearing engineering services exam conducting by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. So they conduct IES exam. In IES, the major areas, railways. So railways, you can call as IRS, Indian Railway Services, and CPWD, Public Water, then Water Resources, and of course MES, Military Engineering Services. These are the four areas generally government will recruit people through engineering services examination. So engineering services examination, the minimum qualification is BTech in specialized subject and civil, mechanical, electrical, and of course electronic. These four only having engineering services exam. So most of the civil engineering students, they are appearing for engineering services. And I would like to tell you one important thing here. People are looking into two different preparations for GATE and engineering services. But as a IIT student, I can tell you, your syllabus for GATE and IES almost same except general studies. So when you are preparing for the competitive exam, you can prepare in two ways. One is objective type of question paper. The second one is conventional type of paper. So in engineering services, generally you have two types of papers. One is the objective paper. The second one is conventional paper. Conventional paper is like your academic exams. Objective paper is like your GATE exam. So you don't need to have a separate preparation. When you are preparing for engineering services, I'm sure you can easily appear your GATE exam. But in GATE, the questions generally they ask in application-oriented questions. So because of IIT professors will prepare the question paper, they always look into the present scenario, present situation. What are the area like which we are going to talk about the challenges. So generally, what type of challenges which you are facing in civil engineering industry, and real life questions they will ask you in your GATE examination. Whereas in the engineering services, you can find repeated questions. If you can go through the previous question papers, you can find some questions. But whereas in the GATE, you cannot find a repeated question in GATE examination. If you can go through 10 to 15 years papers, you cannot find repeated mostly, but you can find related questions. You can find the same concept questions, but you cannot find a repeated question in GATE examination. Whereas in engineering services, you can find a repeated question. So friends, when you are appearing for UPSC exam, and you should have some general knowledge also, because general studies is very important, because when you are entering into a government sector, you should aware of the society, you should aware of the rules and regulations of government departments. That's why they are asking you some questions in general studies. Okay. Of course, the state government, as I already mentioned you, TSPSC and APPSC, they are conducting examinations for AW jobs in different departments like irrigation, R&D, PWD, town planning, Panchayati Raj and all. Okay. So how the examination will be conducted? Now let me tell you the government and PSU jobs, how the selection procedure. When you are appealing for state government exams, generally APPSC and TSPSC, they conduct a written exam. They will give the syllabus, and you can go to the previous examination papers. That will help you a lot. And the second level, they will conduct interview. So written exam, they will allot some marks, and interview, they will allot some marks. Based on the two procedures, final marks, based on the cutoff marks, you will get a job. That is the government job. When you come to the public sector jobs, the GATE score is very, very important for the screening test. The second level is group discussion to filter you, to scrutinize you. Then the third level is interview. Okay. So these are the three things for your PSU jobs. Now, let me share with you, my friends, very, very important when you are entering into MNC companies like Reliance, like Tata, like big companies like foreign companies. So there is a organized structure. There is a different departments. So if you join in a small company, you don't find these areas. So all areas can be done by one single man. If you are constructing a small house, you cannot go for all these areas. So you can get a drawing from one of the architect, and you just give to one mason. You can give to one person. They will come with the labor. They will start working. So they don't have proper planning. When you are entering into MNC companies, I'm going to tell you there are 5 major departments in the company. The first department is PMC. So in this PMC means project management consultancy. What these people will do generally? See, project management consultancy, like there is a American company, Turner. I worked with that company when I was in Dubai. So Turner is a project management consultancy. What they do, see, for example, you are a client. So you have some money, you have some fund. For example, you have some 200 crores. You want to construct a big shopping mall. A big shopping mall you want to construct. And you cannot directly go and give to contract to somebody. But first you should approach a PMC company for one specific reason, I will tell you. These project management consultancy people, what they will do, they will do one survey. The survey gives you some information, project cost benefit ratio. Project cost benefit ratio. That means, for example, you are investing 200 crores in that particular project. So what are the benefits out of that in future? So these things will be studied by PMC, project management consultancy people. So when the project management consultancy will give the report, cost benefit ratio, which is in the advisable limits, then the project will be approved by the client. If they are having a benefits out of the investment, then they will sanction the project. They are ready to go for a project. So then the PMC people work is almost over. Then they will go for a design company, a design consultants, we can call it as. These project management consultancy people, they are monitoring from starting to ending. So they only recruit your design consultants. So design consultants again, so major design consultants are there. So what they will go and give their project report. Sir, we are going to construct one shopping mall having this many floors, this much of area. So this many shops are coming up. So these are the loads which are coming up. These are the shops are coming up. So based on the information, then the design consultants will give 2 types of designs. So 2 types of things. In design consultants, generally architects also included in that. So generally they don't have a separate architects. So architects and designs come together, they work because they should have a close work relationship, because so architect is very important for aesthetical appearance, how it looks. Your building, how it looks will be given by architect, but how the load will be taken care given by your design engineer. So వీళ్ళిద్దరి మధ్య ఆ యొక్క ర్యాపో ఉండాలన్నమాట. You should have a proper rapport of architect and designer. So design consultant people will be given 2 types of drawings. Friends, let me tell you this is very important for you. When you want to enter into the project management consultancy, you need to study your MTech in project management. The second one is design section. If you want to enter into design section, your specialization should be structural engineering or maybe geotechnical engineering, in which area you want to design. So you should have that particular specialization. So design consultants will give you two types of drawings. One is architectural drawings. The second one is design drawings. So design drawing means structural drawings, we can call it as. So to give the structural details in that particular drawings. In architectural drawing, you should have only the complete elevation. So you should have a proper how it looks. So when you come from outside, so top view, bottom view, side view, everything you can see by go through the architectural drawings. So architectural drawings will not going to give you any structural details, my dear friends. You should understand this. So once the architectural drawings finalizes, then the design structure, the designs will start, and your structural drawings will come into the picture. So structural drawings, there you can see your total structures from foundation level, foundation, footings, columns, beams, slabs, lintels, sunshade, all these structures. So what is the concrete quantity, whether the grade of the concrete, then the reinforcement, the size, so size of the bar, how much mm size, and the grade of the bar, like a FE 415 or 5. Now, so if you want to go for pre-stressed concrete, then you will go for a higher grade of concrete, M50, M60. So that depends on your design mix of the concrete. So based on that, your structure will be designed. So these design consultants will give that particular drawings. Once the design drawings approved by the client, approved by the PMC, then the third area which will come into that, quantity surveying department, QS department. So quantity surveying department will give you the quantities. So how they will calculate the quantity? So based on the structural drawings, by seeing the structural drawings, they will calculate the beam size. They will calculate the slab size. Based on that, they will calculate the quantity of concrete, quantity of the steel, quantity of bricks, quantity of cement. So all these materials will be calculated by the quantity surveying department. Then once the quantity finalized, then your planning department will come to the picture. So what the planning people will do, they will prepare a planning, scheduling of the project. Generally nowadays, the big project they are doing in Primavera software. You all know very well about Primavera. Primavera software will help you to give the project planning, scheduling, monitoring, and controlling the project. So in that software, we'll enter the resources, resource allocation. What are the first? Initially, you should separate the activities. What are the activities will come up? In that activities, resources means your men, machinery, and material. So you should allocate the resources. Then you will design the time. So based on the time period, so based on the client requirement, we'll give the schedule. So for example, if you have to complete your project in 2 years, in 2 years, you should have a plan. In that plan, whether they complete some part of the work in this much, so you should have a graph every month. So how much work should complete, and based on that, what are the resources required? All these things will be scheduled before going to start the project. So here the planning, your project management people will help you to do the planning part. In that planning, generally I will tell you one more important thing. When you talk about the projects, there are two types of projects. I think most of the students, please listen carefully. There are two types of projects. One is budget-oriented project. The second one is time-oriented project. What exactly budget-oriented? What exactly time-oriented? See, time-oriented projects mostly private projects. So within the time they have to complete the project. For example, as I told you, the shopping mall, they want to complete in 2 years. So client is ready to invest the money. Money is ready. Money is ready. He wants to finish his project in 2 years. So for the 2 years, you should make a proper planning, proper scheduling, and you monitor that project by observing everyday activities, what is happening. So that means the time oriented is very calculated within the time, because money is available, funding is available. Within the time you should finish the project. That is what is called time oriented project. So generally in time oriented project, you cannot have any delays. You don't have any delays. Mostly some like environmental issues, like maybe climatical conditions or some rainy season. I mean, these things obstruct the project. Otherwise, nothing else. Okay. So this is the time oriented project. When you come to the budget oriented project, all government projects are budget oriented projects. See, generally you all know very well, every year assembly or maybe parliament, there is a budget section. In budget session, so they will allocate budget for the projects or infrastructure project or maybe water project, whatever it is. For example, Pranahita Chevilla is there in Telangana, or maybe Kaleshwar now is almost completed. In Pranahita Chevilla, when I was working in the company, the project cost is 20,000 crores. So 20,000 crores they should finish in 10 years time. How much time? 10 years time. So 20,000 divided by 10, you can tell me. So almost 2,000 crores required for every year in simple calculation. But government will allocate only 200 crores for that particular project. How can you complete in 10 years? So these are the problems when you are talking about the government projects. These are all budget-oriented projects. If budget is available only, project will move. Otherwise, project will stop. If there are some other cases, for example, earlier another government was there. So that government has allotted one project. So the new government has formed. So these new government people are there. They are not interested to go ahead that project. So whatever they spend that money earlier, some 100 crores or 200 crores, is almost dead. So these are the problems will come into the budget oriented project. That's why most of the government projects are having some contractual issues and arbitration problems. It's a big subject actually, arbitration and all, that we can discuss sometime when we have visual personal meeting. Then the last one is very important, execution. These people are on the ground. So remaining 4 people are not on the ground. They are sitting in AC rooms. They are sitting in offices. But the real people, the real engineer, he is standing on the site, execution. He is the site engineer. He is the project manager, we can call it as. These people, on what basis they will start the work? They have a planning. So planning people will give the schedule. Hey boss, you should complete this foundation work this many days. So you need to have this many resources. Resources are ready. So material is ready, machinery is ready, and your labor is ready. So please start the work. Then the execution people will start the work. So generally there is always a mediator. The planning engineer or planning manager is a messenger or a mediator between a site guy and management. So he will always instruct the site people, sir, you should finish this job. You are delaying. You are behind the schedule. So please take care of that. Then that person will say, sir, I don't have this material. Then immediately this planning people will inform to the management, or maybe HR department, or maybe a logistic department. Say, Babu, you should supply cement immediately. You should supply reinforcement immediately. You should supply bricks immediately. All these things will be controlled by the planning department. Execution. These are the 5 areas which you can easily you can have in any of the company. Nowadays, even MNC, of course, MNC is having this. Even normal companies also having these areas now. Okay. So I think most of the students are understanding the areas which are there in the in the company. Uh, Now, let me share with you a few challenges facing in construction industry. This is again a biggest vast topic. As we have limited time, let me give you briefly about the biggest challenges which we are facing in the site, the time crunches. Sometimes, because of the rain, because of the some area, now you see lockdown. Because of the lockdown, there are 3 months delay. See, the 3 months generally is unpredictable. We don't know that. So the 3 months already scheduled in the planning, but because of now the client wants to complete the project. So because of the time crunch, so they will come to on our neck to complete the project. The time constraint. So these things very very challenging for the engineer at the site. So he should have a proper planning. He should have a proper vision. He should have a proper methodology. What are the things will be implemented to complete the project within the time. That is the biggest challenge when it delays without his knowledge. Because the lockdown without his knowledge, is a universal problem. So we cannot say anything no for them. So maybe sometimes the meetings, generally these things will be considered, but some people will not consider. Some people will say, "Well, go for, you can recruit more labor, you can recruit more machinery and complete within the time like that," they can say. But practically, sometimes it's not possible. Okay. Now, of course, the labor shortage. Now you see, there was the biggest problem in lockdown. Laborers, they come from different states. They left now. So some people are available. So they have a lot of demand now. Of course, the demand is there, shortage is there. So this is again a challenge for construction industry. So government has to look into all these things because when the people will leave to their state, not possible to come back again. Maybe it takes some time. So, but if you want to complete your project, you may have lack of your labors. So you cannot completely done by the machinery. You need a minimum labor to do the job, no? So that is again a biggest challenging for the site engineer, biggest challenging for the contractors. Okay. Of course, the construction budget varies. So budget varies. I already mentioned you. So if you, for example, you allocate only 200 crores, maybe next year the cement prices will hike, or maybe your steel prices will hike. You quoted with some amount, and prices are high. There is escalation. So escalation policy is there. If the government will agree with the escalation means the higher rates istamani cheppadam. So escalation ఇవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి, again it's the biggest problem for you. So you may have loss in your project. So that is again a biggest problem. Environmental issues I already mentioned you. Of course, the challenges related to contracts, the contract disputes. There is sometimes the government will remove the contractor. The contractor may be some ex-party fellow. So when the new government has come, this fellow will be removed. So a new person will come. Then again the contract has to revise. Now the Polavaram, there the same thing is happening in Andhra Pradesh. So total they are asking their redesign. So how much budget will increase? All these things will come into the problem when you go for changing the contract. So again, these are the major challenges. Not only these, there are so many challenges. So you should have always face these challenges with a positive attitude, my friends. When you enter into the civil industry, this is not like a software engineer job. So a software can do even from work from home. Now in lockdown, only software people working. No one is working. So they have their own problems, of course. But if you want to become a best civil engineer, all these challenges you should face it, and you should understand the solutions. You should understand the remedies, how to come out that, and use some technology. And now you see, when we were studying, we use mini drafters for making the drawings. Now the AutoCAD has come up. For the designs, now the StatPro has come up. So StatPro Advanced has come up. ETABS has come up. So Primavera earlier, see, if it is a big project like more than 1,000 or 2,000 projects, you cannot monitor manually. So you need a software. That's why these initially they started with MS projects. Microsoft people has developed one project. MS project is there. So with that, some minimum things will be minimum features are there. After that, the Primavera has developed. So now the Primavera is taken care by Oracle company. So if you are interested, you can learn Primavera. That will help you in future if you are entering with the MNC companies. So challenges, I am not going to deeper. If you go into deeper, it is not going to show in this presentation. Visually, I want to show you something. Okay. Now, let me tell you your own entrepreneurship opportunity. So generally compared to the other engineering fellows, civil engineers are having more opportunities to start their own business. So initially you can start your business as architecture. Of course, architecture people will do that, but even you can start giving drawings and all. You can start as a architectural business. Then of course the structural engineering, you can get a license from municipal department. In Hyderabad, you can take from GHMC. In normal towns, you can take from any municipality, structural engineer design, having minimum 5 to 6 years of experience in the industry. Okay. Now the third one is one of the important and very useful things, survey job. Most of the people think that a surveyor is not a big job. So surveyor means it's only for diploma students or maybe ITA students. Nowadays, the surveyor is not only, you are not only using leveling. Now you are using total station. Total station will give you all the leveling details like coordinates, height, everything will be measured by total station. And of course, now the GPS has come up. So surveyor, even if you buy one total station, every month you will get 50 to 60,000 rent. So if you can take a loan and buy some 3 to 4 total stations and give rent for any construction company, any contractor, you will get 2 to 3 lakhs per month. Okay. So surveyor is one of the major area. Any project, you see, any government project, they cannot start without surveying. The first one is preliminary survey has to done, contour has to develop, and they have to submit the coordinates. Then only the project will next phase will enter into the system. That's why the surveying is surveyor job, surveyor consultancy will get a good results. Don't worry about even though if you are not getting any job, then you start with surveying consultancy. One of my students is working in that. So he is only a diploma student. So don't underestimate yourself. Don't degrade. Don't see lesser than structural engineering job survey. So ultimately, you need money. So of course, name and fame is important, but you need money. No, at the end of the day, we are all working for the money. So surveying is not a small job. Okay. Now, of course, the builder. So builder generally, I recommend the people who are having some strong background, your family background or maybe your relatives background. So that will help you to do your own real estate business if you want to start your own, if you want to construct your own apartments or if you want to construct your own. Nowadays, not only apartment, nowadays all gated communities has come up. So in gated community, all amenities like clubhouse, park, children's play area, all these things will come under one place. So when you can go into that gated community apartments and all, we have a major profits with the help of your friends. So for that you need to work in a construction company, especially in the building sectors, understand the business, understand the project, how they are working, and what are the resources and the area and the payments, the cost of the material, cost of the labor, everything you have to understand. Work for 2 to 3 years, then you start your own construction business. Then some students, some people, they are interested to become a contractor, a government contractor. If you want to become a contractor, you cannot get directly a class 1 contractor, but initially government will give you class 4 contractor license. Okay, which will help you maybe less than 2-3 lakhs of rupees of the work of the project. Okay, like subcontract you can call it as. Then once you just prove yourself and your qualification increases, then you will get class 3, class 2, class 1 contractors, more than 10 crores, 20 crores of projects. It depends on your work, and in some projects you can get a JV, a joint venture with a person who is having qualification. For example, when I was working with MCC, when I was working with Mega Engineering for a short period, they don't have qualification in road sector. They are very much having qualification in only water sector. So they want to they want to do road project, and Karimnagar to Siddipet, they have done a road project with the JV. JV means joint venture with a qualified person already having qualification in road project. Earlier at that time they are done with Prasad Constructions, I think. So like that, once you growing up, then you will have a contacts with other people. Other people are having experience in one area. You are having experience in other area. Then you both people will come with having a joint venture agreement, and your what are the benefits which you are getting from the projects and all. You should write down in up the way, and then you can start working on that. This is what is you can call it as contract. I think to start your architecture or maybe structural engineering, you don't need to invest much amount. You can start with your own computer with the table and get a license from the municipality. Start working on that, and you should have a contacts with the either builder or maybe contractors. They will give. See, generally contractors, they don't have a in-house design wing. They have only third party. See, they will give designs for the outside consultants. So with that consultant, whatever they are sending the drawings will be checked by their in-house people. They cannot design. Generally, big infrastructure companies, they don't have in-house design team. They have only third-party checking team, not design people. Okay. So in those companies, you will have a rapport, all these structural engineers. You can have a design consultant for those companies. And once you prove yourself, definitely will get a good projects in future also. Okay, friends. Of course, this is not important now in present situation. Earlier, it was the people are looking for Gulf country jobs. So those people who are looking for UAE, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Bahrain. The procedure is like this because I worked in Dubai for some time. Initially, you should have attestation with your degree certificate from UAE Embassy in New Delhi. Then the process will start. Generally, the government will provide you employment visa for 3 years. That time now it is only 2 years, I think. This visa will be given by UAE government with the reference of the company which you are going to join in that country. Okay, and when you are going for Gulf countries, you should be very careful. Generally, these third-party consultants they do some necessary things. Okay, you should always go with the client interview only. So a client will come to India and they will conduct interviews in five-star hotels in Mumbai, even in Hyderabad also sometime, Chennai, okay, Bangalore. So they will give notification in their websites or maybe through social media. You should properly check it and go and attend the interview. Okay. This is the Gulf area, we can call it as. Of course, this I don't want to discuss career option in management. Nikmar and I already told you. Friends, you should have always a broad vision. Be always inspired from the successful people, successful engineers like Mokshagunam Vishweshwaraya, and interact with others and learn the knowledge. Excellence is a journey, not destination. When you achieve the success, you will face challenge, and again you have to achieve the success. Remember, friend, God created very honorable place for everybody. Your job is just search it. Unfortunately, most people don't approach the right path. And in civil engineering, we have a huge opportunities. Don't think that only government jobs. If you have courage, if you have knowledge, start with as I told you, start your own company, start to become a contractor or a builder. It's not possible for all engineers. This is only for civil engineering. People can do this miracles, and we are the part of this society. And wherever the construction is happening, we are the first person to do it. Okay, so don't worry about the jobs and don't study only for the jobs. So finally, let me conclude this presentation with thankfulness, and I'm very much thankful to Vageshwari College Management, especially HOD Professor Rajesh, and of course the team of Mr. Rajesh, and the principal director Srinivas Reddy Garu and all, and the students who joined in this program across the state and in even other state also. And if something is useful, I'm very happy. If something is not useful, please forgive me, and thank you very much. Mr. Rajesh, you are available?
Sir, that was, sir.
Please carry on.
Yes, sir, Jagdish sir.
Yes, yes.
Will unmute the participants those who are going to ask questions.
Please raise your hands.
Yes, Nadia.
Host, please unmute this Nadia if they want to ask some question.
Please.
It's not getting.
Please. Nadia, from which college?
Yes, wait, sir.
Sorry?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Nadia. How are you?
Fine, sir. What about you?
I'm excellent.
Sir, I am from Kakatiya Institute of Engineering, Nizamabad.
Oh, wonderful. Please. Any question for you?
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for giving this great opportunity for joining a wonderful meeting and career guidelines for my brighter future.
Thank you very much. You are, which year you are studying?
Sir, now I am second year, sir.
Oh, wonderful. You are a second year student. Maybe you may not getting more, I think maybe you may get bored in GATE and all, huh?
No, sir. I am an early student, sir.
Okay, good. So
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Any other person? Thank you very much.
Next, Nagesh Shinde.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Hi, Nagesh. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. What about you, sir?
I'm excellent. Please.
Yeah, sir. Thank you for this wonderful meeting. We learn more about our career and all.
Okay.
And I have some queries. Can I ask, sir?
Please.
Sir, for us now, freshers, it is very difficult to find a job. Like when we go for any interview and all, they are asking the experience.
Okay.
So now in this situation like COVID-19, like what we should do and for the jobs, they are.
You are a fourth year student?
Yeah, sir. I am from Geetanjali College.
You are from Geetanjali College. Okay. You are about to finish your fourth year.
Yeah.
So you have done your project, major project?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that is enough for you. Nobody will ask you experience initially. So any company for the freshers, they will ask you the major project what you have done and what
Yeah,
is your
sir.
contribution in that particular project and your body language and your confidence level. So maybe after 1 year, after passing your degree, definitely they
Yeah,
will
sir.
ask you some experience.
Yeah, yeah.
That time definitely will help you. You come and meet me in Hyderabad. Definitely will help
Yeah.
you. Okay. Now, right now,
Yeah,
in
sir.
present situation, nobody will ask you uh, experience. They will ask you about your project and your contribution in that particular project.
Okay, sir.
I think. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Next, Premchand, you can ask.
Hi Jagdish.
Hi, sir.
Jagdish,
Hi, sir.
this is your brother Chandu.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm
You
fine.
are there.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for joining. Okay,
yeah,
good.
I followed your complete presentation.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Let me introduce to Rajesh. Rajesh Premchand Anna is a research scholar in SC University. He was my
Sir, sir,
senior.
sir.
He was my senior there, and of course he is very much giving his contribution to MVS Academy Tirupati branch, of course, and is a
Okay.
faculty member in SC University Engineering College, present Adolf faculty.
Hi, sir. Premchand, sir. This is Rajesh.
Hi, good
How
evening
are you,
to.
sir?
I'm fine, and good evening to all the participants. I really appreciate my brother Jagdish, who has given a very good presentation on the career planning and challenges in the career of a civil engineer. Really, all his experience is shared to you, and the way he has presented is, I think, all the participants would have gained good knowledge through this, and hopefully they will apply this in their future. Okay. And Jagdish, one point I would like to add with your presentation.
Please.
I don't know, you have presented or overlooked by me because of any small issue. So have you explained them about, have you emphasized about this testing consultancy?
No, that we are not covered, na?
Yeah, I think there is opportunity for civil engineers under self-employment. You can go for testing consultancy. So there is a vast opportunity for testing consultancy. Even every small college is doing, and private consultancies are also
Yeah,
growing.
you can mention that the testing of soil and all. Maybe
Yeah, all the
yeah.
testing of soil, testing of concrete, design of concrete.
Yes.
Because everybody is doing the design of structures, everything, but the raw products like design of concrete and testing of soil suitability for whether to go for construction or not. I think that should have been added. That's the only thing. I'm giving it as a feedback to you.
Please.
Right.
Yeah, friends. Actually, that is also one of the important thing because when you start your own consultancy, and you can tie up with one engineering college, and then you can do it.
Just people think that consultancy means just giving a plan, a design, or something like that. But there is a lot of background behind it, because in order to have quality, not to have good quality.
Yes.
Actually, sir, Premchand, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, we are planning a separate webinar on that particular topic, sir. Quality control and assurance.
Yes.
In that, we will go through details.
Yeah, that's sure. Because no. Just
but it's good that we covered that point also now.
No, I just mentioned it's not important that at this point of time we explain about it completely, but just give a.
There is an opportunity.
There is an opportunity.
Yes,
There's an opportunity in that that field too. That's what I would like to mention. And thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for joining, Anna. Thank you.
And I always happy for you, Mr. Jagdish.
I will call you in the evening. I thought that you are in lockdown.
Anyway, all the best, Jagdish, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next, Narayan, you can ask some questions.
Yeah, sir. Good evening, sir. A very nice presentation. I could hear I could continue. Means I could totally appreciate whatever you have presented today. Only one query I wanted to ask. I am Dr. Narayan Sangam, Professor, Vignan Institute of Technology and Science. These campus placements for students, it is becoming tougher every year, because the companies are not coming to the college for getting the civil engineers placed. Especially other departments, they are getting placed very easily. But when it comes to civil engineers, the placement scenario means the companies coming to the colleges and recruiting is less. Can we have any, I mean, is there any solution for this, or how to go about this particular problem?
No, sir. Let me give you one small things which recently government has taken a decision.
Yes, sir.
Skill development program, especially in Andhra
Yes, sir.
Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, the skill development program. Even I met recent minister, that fellow,
K.T. Rama.
Nellore, what is his name? Industry minister. What is his name, sir? Mekapati Gautam Reddy. I met him. He attended in SC University campus this skill development.
Yes, sir.
So what he is asking, within the college itself, we are helping the students to give a skill development about the real life project. See, generally what is happening, I don't think Miru faculty ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ బాధపడకండి. I would like to tell you one point here. So
Yes, sir.
most of the colleges, not all colleges, most of the colleges, they are completing the project with the students with nominal work. No, so maybe they are preparing for GATE exam and whatever the examinations they are preparing, and simply they are submitting something. They are downloading from the internet and submitting. So real life application project, very few colleges they are doing. See, the government has recognized it now. The government wants the real life project people. See, the campus is secondary, sir. Campus, again, it depends on the private sector. See, in the private sector, if they are getting with the less salary of the experienced person, they cannot go for college, no? See, if he's getting for 20,000 rupees, some 5 years experienced guy, why should he give 20,000 rupees for a fresher? The same scenario. No, even computer science department also don't think that they are getting jobs initially. Maybe after some time they are stagnated. Maybe after 10 years they will simply terminate the seniors and then they will recruit the new employees. See, the getting job in campus is not a permanent job, sir. So that I think you all know very well. So the people are computer science people are getting jobs, means they are getting with the less salary. They are replacing with the seniors. A senior is getting 5 lakhs per month. This fellow is getting only 25 to 30,000 per month. So that is the only scenario. That campus, okay, sir. That we can see. It depends on again the government and maybe the criteria. Now the lockdown has come up. Unna వాళ్ళకి ఉద్యోగాలు తీసేస్తున్నారు.
Dr. Narayanan,
yes, sir.
Can I just Jagdish,
Sir.
with respect to the question asked by Dr. Narayanan, I have some this one. Generally, as you told, why civil engineers are not being placed in the placement? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The reason what I can say is one of the reasons maybe the interest shown by the college with respect to civil engineering, because see, NICMAR is almost something like civil engineering. NICMAR is seeing that the management of the NICMAR is seeing that they bring companies that almost the last student should be placed. So they will call for a college, they will call for a company, again a company, so that the last student is placed. The same interest is not being taken by the managements or administration of the engineering colleges. So
Yeah, I think that skill development is lacking.
no. There are colleges. I don't say this. We should not blame that skill development is lacking. The skill development, few colleges are doing. I'll not take names of the colleges. There are a few colleges where the faculty is very good, the administration is very good, and the students are too good. They are getting good jobs in. Let us take SV College of Engineering. So the college is showing interest for all other, but from civil engineering point of view, the placement, the companies are not coming. So they are not approaching the good companies. It is the responsibility of the management to bring companies. Later, it will be the responsibility of the student whether he selects for the company or not.
Yes.
But it is the responsibility of the management to bring the companies to the institute. That part is not being implemented by managements and administrative like placement cells of the colleges. That is my opinion. And I have seen many colleges. There are colleges, I don't, as I told, I'm not mentioning the names because I should not do like that. But I have the, this one, I can take the name of the college which I studied. It's not a big issue. So SV College of Engineering, the students are gems. They are getting selected for GATE. Almost many people are qualifying for GATE and joining higher education. But placement kind of thing, they're going for software companies, whereas for civil engineering companies, no company they are coming because our placement cell is not approaching those civil engineering companies. This is what happening for all the colleges.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Management has to.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Rahman, you can ask some questions.
Yeah, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rahman. How are you?
Sir, this is Rahman from Vageshwari College of Engineering. Fine, sir.
Very good, very good. Please.
It's glad to be one of among your participants, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I have a couple of queries that you have mentioned many of the career guidance, but you have neither taken any of the things regarding the faculty. Why can't be a civil engineer be a faculty that he can also be generate more civil engineers?
Now
that is one.
Here we are talking about the industry, basically civil engineering industry. So we are not talking about academics. Academics anyway, your teachers will tell you. See here the program they designed challenges and the civil engineering career. No, so that's why I have not covered. Maybe faculty. I'm a faculty now. Friend,
yeah, sir.
I became a faculty. You see,
you are also one of the role models, sir.
Yeah, definitely. See, I worked in industry. Got some experience, and now I'm sharing to my students. See, I worked in MNC companies. I worked in a small company. I worked in Gulf. Now I'm working for only civil engineering students. So yes, you can start your career as a faculty. For that, you need to get a good score in your GATE exam, study in a good college, then do your PhD if you are really looking for become a best teacher. Okay, either part-time or full-time PhD now available. Okay, once you finish your MTech, then join as a faculty. And nowadays, most of the colleges are lacking with the best faculty. Definitely you become a best faculty. Don't worry about the salary. Even they are not paying much salary, you will have a satisfaction at the end of the day, and you start your own consultancy. Okay, you can start.
Sir, my one more query is that you have mentioned many of the things, but what about doing MS?
MS at this point of time, I don't want to talk to MS because the COVID situation, this GRE TOEFL, nobody can go in another 3-4 years.
Sir, after COVID?
After COVID, that is not in my hands, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
COVID-19, we can go now, sir.
Yeah, you can go. Not COVID-19. I cannot tell that it may end up 1 or 2 years. But the government is telling don't
sir,
go to
I'm in first year. Now I'm in first year. After 4th year, I can go now, sir.
You have to go. You can go. No problem.
So you're saying MS.
No. MS. I'm not interested to talk about now. Right at this point of time. Okay. So that is not the point now. Okay. The point is only our Indian civil engineering people. Because when I'm studying in India, I would like to serve for India for some time. That's why I come back from there. It is my personal opinion. then your personal opinion may be different. Okay?
Yes, sir. We have to do MS there, and we have to, and we want to also serve to India then,
Then
as
you
we
come
have
back.
done,
Then you come back. Then you come
by
back.
returning it to UAE.
Then you come back. Yeah, but just
Yes,
go
sir.
for another person. Rajesh,
Yes,
can
sir.
you
Thank you,
connect
sir.
somebody? Thank you very much. Next one.
Who is Pranati? Pranati, you can.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, Pranati,
Yeah,
how are
I'm
you?
Pranati from St. Martin's Engineering College, Hyderabad.
St. Martin's, very good college. Okay.
Yeah. Sir, my query is that what kind of career can we expect for women?
Yeah, I already told you, na. You want to become a structural engineer, or maybe architecture, okay? Or
No, they
hello?
actually, yeah, hello, sir.
Please carry on.
Yeah, they actually say that women are only meant to the computer designing things, and they they can't go into the field and work over there, right?
Who said?
Like,
Who said?
many of the people I met, I mean,
Some of my friends are AWEs there at site.
yeah.
Even in foreign countries, most of the girls are working at site. You can check in YouTube. You can check in Google.
This is a scenario in India.
No, sir. See, scenario you never see. Somebody, when I started this institute, my friends told that why you left your job, you are getting 2 lakhs per month. Why you started institute? And even I was in loss initially. Then still I am continuing. It's my fashion.
Yeah.
See, somebody says that girls are not meant for side job. You are accepting that. Don't accept.
No, I don't accept that. That's the reason
You
I'm
don't
accepting.
consider at all, first of all. You don't consider. See, generally, ఒకటి చెప్తాను మీకు, గౌతమ బుద్ధుడు చెప్తారు, people are always influencing by others అని. పొగిడినప్పుడు పొంగిపోతాము, విమర్శించినప్పుడు లొంగిపోతూ ఉంటాం. అంటే ఎదుటివాడి యొక్క భావనల మీదనే మనం జీవిస్తూ ఉంటాం. మనకంటూ మనకేముండదా? మీకా జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ యూ. ఒకసారి బుద్ధుడు అలా వెళ్తూ ఉంటే కొంతమంది నిలబడి ఆయన బాగా తిడతారనమాట. కానీ ఆయన రియాక్ట్ అవ్వడు. నేను మళ్ళీ రేపు వస్తాను, అప్పుడు తిడుతులేండి మిగతావే అంటాడు. అప్పుడు ఒకడు ఏంటి అలా తిడుతుంటే నువ్వు ఫీల్ అవ్వు అంటే, మీరు మాట్లాడేది నేనేం తీసుకోవట్లేదు కాబట్టి నేను రియాక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. So our reaction is our problem. If somebody says that you are not meant for side, if you react, that is your problem. If you are not react, that is not your problem.
Yeah.
I think I'm clear.
Yeah. Sir, thank you.
Tahrin, do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. I'm from Kakatiya College.
Kakatiya from which place?
Nizamabad, sir.
Nizamabad. Okay. Warangal is also there, no? Kakatiya.
That. No, sir. I want to appreciate that. Thank you for this opportunity to get.
And I visited your college, but your management not allowed in your classroom. But in fact, your placement guy, what is his name, is always trying to help you. Huh?
Yeah.
What is it? Sarvananda? What is his name?
Sarvananda.
Sarvananda. He's always trying to help your students, but your management is not allowed because of your college, women's college. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you can take our services through website. You can download our material. You start your preparation. At any point of time, all friends who are there in the participant, any point of time, MVS Academy is ready to help you. And now we reduce the prices also because of the COVID. Only 995 rupees we are charging for the complete material and online test series. No institute will give this offer. And you can download free app from our Google Play Store. Yes. Any question?
Okay, next.
No, sir.
Chod sir, tell that the vote of thank you, and after that we will send you the feedback link.
No more questions. If somebody is there. Somebody, Tejashvi is showing a hand.
Vamshi, I think.
Tejashvi is
Vamshi Kotturu.
There is a Tejashvi PS.
Please unmute them.
Vamshi Kotturu, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Vamshi, you can ask.
Good evening, Vamshi. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. What about you, sir?
I'm wonderful. Which college you are from?
Yes, sir. Firstly, I'm thankful from our college and from our management and our HOD, all of our friends Thank you
So
very
you
much,
are
sir,
you
to
are from
conduct
same
this
college.
session.
You are from same college.
No, sir, I am from the Kshatriya College of Engineering, sir, Nizamabad.
Which college? Shatabdi.
I am from the Kshatriya College of Engineering.
Oh, Kshatriya College. Okay. Right. Please.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So first, so thanks for the session, sir. It was amazing. So what we have lacked in our in this career, you have remembered again to us.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank
my
you very
query
much.
is, sir.
Yeah, please.
So my query is about the construction management.
Okay.
So coming to construction management, it is apart from our civil engineering, because it will. So my aim is to start a company.
Okay.
So for that, how it will be, sir?
Yeah. See, to start a company, first of all, you should work somewhere and learn from scratch, starting from the marking. See, if you want, you can
Okay,
start
sir.
from the marking. From marking to the excavation, you will be excited. And start learning each and everything. What are the activities are coming up? What are the obstructions are coming up? And one thing I not covered in this point. When you are planning the scheduling, what we do, we consider each labor, each mason productivity. You know what is meant by productivity? For example, one mason, how many hours he will work per day? In that hours, how much of quantity he will do? That is productivity. For example, he will work for 8 hours. So in 8 hours, he will do some 30 cubic meter of the brickwork. So based on that, so how much quantity work is there? So based on that back-end calculation, we'll recruit this many masons like that. So when you keenly observe each and every activity, so that you will decide the productivity of the person. ఈ ప్రొడక్టివిటీ కూడా మారుతూ ఉంటుంది అనమాట ఒక్కొక్క ఏరియాని బట్టి. కొంతమంది ప్రొడక్టివిటీ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది, కొంతమంది ప్రొడక్టివిటీ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఎఫిషియన్సీ, ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని మెషిన్స్ బాగా పనిచేస్తాయి, కొన్ని బాగా పనిచేయవు కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఫోన్స్ లో తీసుకోండి, ఐఫోన్ వేరు, సామ్సంగ్ ఒక్కోసారి బాగా హీట్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. అలా ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఆఫ్ ది సేమ్ థింగ్ అనమాట. సో ఆ ప్రొడక్టివిటీని కూడా మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి. ఇవన్నీ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసినప్పుడు నువ్వు ప్రతిదీ నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు, టుమారో వెన్ యూ స్టార్ట్ ఎ కంపెనీ, see, construction management in the sense, don't think it is something new other than civil engineering. This is only you are managing the construction by using some inputs, by using some resources, by using some tools. That's it. The tools means like software, what your previous experience, all those things. Ante కొన్ని టూల్స్ వల్ల మనం తొందరగా కంప్లీట్ చేయగలం. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, మీరు ఒక 200-300 మంది జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ నేను పర్సనల్ గా మీ ఊరికి వచ్చి కలవడానికి టేక్ సమ్ టైమ్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్లాట్ఫామ్. సో మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ ఒకేసారి కలుసుకున్నాను అంటే దిస్ టూల్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద జూమ్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద జూమ్ కనెక్టెడ్ అస్ అన్నమాట. ద టూల్ వి యూజ్, యాక్చువల్లీ జూమ్ కి సివిల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కి సంబంధం లేదు, బట్ హీ కనెక్టెడ్ అస్. ద సేమ్ థింగ్, యు వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ ఎ కంపెనీ, learn the things, learn the new things, learn some new techniques, learn some new tools, new softwares. అప్పుడు మీకు అప్డేట్ అవుతూ ఉండాలి అన్నమాట ఎప్పటికప్పుడు. అంతేగాని నేను పాతకాలం లాగానే ఒకప్పుడు ఓన్లీ లోడ్ బేరింగ్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ ఉండేవి, కాలమ్స్ ఉండేవి కాదు, కాలమ్స్ ఫుటింగ్స్ ఉండేవి కాదు. ఒక గుంట తవ్వేసి ఆ గుంట లోపల నుంచి గోడ కట్టేసేవాళ్ళు అన్నమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ లోడ్ బేరింగ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ ఫ్రేమ్డ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. The total load distributed from slab to beam to column to footings like that. So ఇవన్నీ మీరు ఓవర్ ఎ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైం నేర్చుకుంటారు. నో వరీస్. ఓకే, am I clear, Vamshi?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jagdish sir.
Thank you, Rajesh garu.
Yes,
We are winding up.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes, sir. 2 minutes.
Yes, please.
Good evening, all. This is Rajesh. This is Rajesh, head of the department, Vageshwari College of Engineering, Karimnagar. It has been our pleasure to host all the participants of this particular esteemed webinar. And with immense pleasure and gratitude, I wish to express my heartfelt thanks to today's the eminent speaker, Engineer P. Jagdish sir, Director MES Academy Hyderabad, for motivating our students as well as all the participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jagdish sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me opportunity, first of all.
Yes. And also my sincere thanks to our Vagishwari beloved management, Secretary and Correspondent Dr. Gandhra Srinivas Reddy Garu, and Joint Secretary Sri D. Srinivas Reddy Garu, for providing the necessity and arrangements for this particular webinar. And also thank our beloved principal, Dr. C.H. Srinivas Sir Garu, for his encouragement and continuous motivation for this particular webinar. And also, I thank to all the coordinator, Ganesh sir, Shivaramakrishna sir, and Pawan sir, Ban Prakash sir, for their hard work to achieve this particular webinar very successful. Last couple of days, they are doing very much hard work regarding this particular webinar, sir. I congratulate all the participants and the attendees for successful completion of this particular webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm leaving. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Please, participant, please be in this session. Within 2 minutes, we'll share the feedback links. Please, Shivaramakrishna sir, please share the feedback links in chat box.
Yes, I will share. Okay.
లాస్ట్ లో వచ్చాడు ముందే ఏముందన్నా అలవాటు
Yes, please, all the participants, that feedback links are available in chat box. Hello.
Yes, they are listening. You can speak, no problem.
Yes. As we mentioned your mail regarding the batch number, with the reference that batch number, you need to click the feedback link, right? Total 8 batch feedback links are available in chat box. By using your batch reference number, as earlier we mentioned in your mail, by using that batch number, you need to click that particular batch number feedback link so that you can get the participation certificate through this particular link to your register mail ID. These feedback links are available in chat box with a duration of 20 minutes only. Hand raising. Hello. సార్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సార్. సార్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సార్.
Hello.
Sir, please unmute principal sir.
Hello. No.
Okay, Rajesh.
Sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, బాగుంది. Good evening. Program బాగుంది. Congrats for all of you.
Thank you, sir.
బాగుంది.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very good. Well done. There was no issues at all.
Sir.
ఆయన కూడా సార్ కూడా అతను కూడా జగదీష్ సార్ కూడా బాగా క్వరీస్ అన్ని ఆన్సర్ చేశాడు.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Sir. గణేష్ సార్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి. గణేష్ సార్.
ఓకే, ఎప్పటికి అన్మ్యూట్ మ్యూట్ అవుతుంది.
సార్.
ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
సార్.
ఓకే, వెల్ డన్ రైట్. సార్ని ఇప్పుడు లాక్డౌన్ అయిపోయినాక వీళ్ళు ఇన్వైట్ హిమ్ టు అవర్ కాలేజ్.
షూర్ సార్.
కొంచెం డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం.
సార్.
ఓకే, బాగా చేసినండి.
సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
గుడ్ లెక్చర్, గుడ్ వెబినార్, రైట్
సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ
రైట్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
కంగ్రాట్స్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ, రైట్. ఇప్పుడు అయిపోయినాక కొంచెం వైండ్ అప్ చేయండి. అయిపోయినాక
డెఫినెట్లీ సార్.
ఓకే, క్లోజ్. రైట్. అండ్ ఆ వీడియో మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే లింక్ ఇందులో పెట్టాలి, యూట్యూబ్ లో అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి.
షూర్ సార్.
యూట్యూబ్ లో ఇమీడియట్ గా అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి. నేను క్రెడెన్షియల్స్ ని పంపిస్తాను.
సార్.
ఓకే, టేక్ కేర్, బాయ్, గుడ్ నైట్.